have balance. Maintain control. Don't be too wrong, too right. Don't be too right. Take some time to reevaluate yourself. Make sure you ain't too far to the right, too far to the left. I'm talking about right there in the middle. See, it's about balance. That's when you really take control. Too much of anything is bad for the soul. Gotta have balance to maintain control. Welcome to the huddle. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. If you are that one, then you already know that you are enough. Enough to get it all right when everything going all wrong. You are the one. We know that your attention is the most powerful thing that you can pay. So I give my all to be worthy of it right now in the moment or on the replay. Want to give a shout out to my executive producer, my wardrobe coordinator. Say, baby, what I'm wearing today? She say, evergreen. Evergreen. Because you got an evergreen season of love, respect, and honor. And that's what we strive for, to stay green all the time. Evergreen. Just like the truth. It don't never change. Give a shout out to my co-host, the greatest co-host in the whole world and the meta world. Alexa, tell me something good.
We all we got. We all we need.
Man, oh man. We all we got. We all we need. That's powerful. It's simple. We all we got. We all we need. Who is your we? Who matters? That's the word tonight. Matter. Alexa. 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 What is the meaning of matter?
As a noun, matter is usually defined as the substance or substances of which any physical object consists or is composed. As a verb, matter is usually defined as to be of importance, signify. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for matter.
What is importance to you? What signifies peace, love, happiness, God? What are the tangible things that take up space that represents this? I always say, when you understand who matters and what matters to them, love becomes easy. Matter. The question is more powerful than the answer. Who matters? If you ain't never ask yourself now. After the show, write it down. Who matters? Put them in a priority list however you feel, but put them down. Answer the question. Who matters? I've been reflecting and chewing on this word for about 45 minutes, and I ask myself, I say, how do we use this word in the most common way? Matter. Thought of two ways. Every time a child, or often we always ask a child when they're crying, we say, what's the matter? What's the matter? The truth is so simple that a child understands it. See, we'll ask a child in their distressing moment, what is the matter? And we expect a child, think about this, we expect a child to answer in that moment. For whatever reason they're crying in distress, we say, what's the matter? And we expect them to explain, what is the matter? Now, I don't think this deep. First time I ever heard somebody ask, what's the matter? Second time I could think of hearing it. So anytime I get in an argument or hear people arguing and somebody don't get the point and we'll say it in an argumentative way, that don't even matter. So as much as we have been cultivated to understand and use this word or not understand, I ask a question, not only to you, I ask myself daily, who matters? And what matters to them? There was an old man and a young man sitting on the side of a pond, a lake that stretched for miles. The old man asked the young man, he had in one hand a rock and the other hand a feather. He said, which one matters the most? The young man say, I'm going to say the rock because the rock is heavier. He say, well, let me tell you this. Matter ain't always dependent upon the weight. He say, because the feather may be light in weight, but if we get out there in that water, the rock will sink with the boat. But a feather could carry a seed for miles to the other side and start a forest. You already know what time it is, Trey Prue. Much respect and love for your sister. Be strong, stay strong. A feather can carry a seed to start a forest. So he told the young man, he said, listen, see, this applies to life. Sometimes the people in your life that seem to have more than others sometimes use what they have to weigh you down. But the ones who don't seem to have nothing and hold no weight, the little bit that they is and the little bit that they have, see, that be what you need. So you got to understand what matters. And first and foremost, you got to know what matters to you. What's the matter? Little baby crying. What's the matter? What matters to you? Do your health matter to you? Do your mental matter to you? Do your influence to all the people that depend on you matters to you? What matters to you? The question is more powerful than the answer. There was this dude named Dre in the hood. These hero stories for understanding purposes. There was a dude named Dre in the hood. Dre was cool. He ain't had the most money. He wasn't the loudest, but Dre was solid. Everybody knew Dre. Dre hung around with everybody from the hood every day. Dre went on the other side of town and broke down. Dre called everybody he hung with every day. Nobody picked up. Nobody called back. Dre's on the side of the street going through his phone. Came across his homeboy Tone. He don't talk to Tone every day. He talked to Tone every now and again. But every time he talked to Tone, they had a real conversation and a connection. So Tone was real enough to say, hey, boom. Tone picked up on the first ring. Say, send me your location, Dre. 20 minutes later, Tone pull up, no questions asked, no explanation needed. Dre learned a lesson. See, what matters to Dre is sincerity, being real. And sometimes a conversation and a connection that happens every now and again matters more than the same conversations you have every day with people who don't even value, appreciate, or understand. So he learned something about himself. What matters to you don't really matter to somebody else. And they ain't wrong. And he started thinking about the people that he talked to every day. And he realized what mattered to them and how they move. And once again, this don't make them wrong. Just made him understand. See, somebody that sincerity and realness matters to, they'll pick up every time because it's important. It solidifies. We real because we make it real. We all we got. We all we need. See, when being genuine matters to you and you attract someone else, that being genuine matters to them. So every time y'all reach out with a genuine gesture of a moment, see, it matters so much that when they see it on the first ring, it hold weight. Because it's packaged with something that I need. But if that don't matter, that's what the fuck he want. I ain't picking up. So that's what Dre learned in Tone. Some real life shit. I ain't talking make believe. Went to a funeral this week. I didn't know how I was going to tie it into whatever I was going to talk about. But when I put it in the wind, it always land in soft places. So here we is about matter. And I'm understanding what I learned from a funeral. My uncle, Uncle Simp, my Aunt Vera husband. It's a man that stood for his family. I remember growing up at a time in his development, he went to Antioch Baptist Church. This was the first family that I knew. When I say family, I'm talking about a man, a woman, and their children. It's the first family within my family that I know went to church every Sunday. I ain't know no other family in my family that went to church every Sunday before I knew my Aunt Vera and my Uncle Simp. And later on in his life, something happened where he left the church and he became a preacher, and he would have church in his living room. And I remember hearing joking gestures to say they having church. And I say, well, who the members? And his children came down and sat before him as he preached. First time I ever seen in my life some example of what this is. He was kind of standoffish. They didn't so much come around. They don't really have a lot of grandmama house experiences. They was the first family in my family that I ever saw. I'm talking about a man, a woman, and their children. That's what a family is if you don't know. And if you don't know it from that perspective, you only know it from the perspective of a child. And I ain't saying it's good or bad or right or wrong, but you got to know your position and you got to know your perspective. But I think about it, man, and I realize as I'm sitting at his funeral, first time I ever experienced something like this. Wasn't many people there. Family chose to come in at the end. And I'm looking there in that moment, and I'm looking who there. His siblings, his children, nieces and nephews. And it hit me. It's who matters. They said that when the credits roll, those that matter name will be bold. First time I ever went to a funeral where I truly witnessed and was a part of who matters. Made me chew when I left. Made me chew, gave me a different perspective, because every funeral that I've ever been to up until now had singing, had crowds, had praises, had everything. But I sat down in the other spectrum to realize at the end, don't none of that matter. If it don't matter, to who matters. And this ain't even about having no answer. This ain't even about none of that. This is just simply about asking yourself the question. Because if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there, but only a divine path will bring us here. See, we're in the moment right now. The moment is now. And if you're paying me some attention, you matter. Because this matters to me. And if you're paying me some attention, as I pour my soul and understanding out, that it be a seed to help us grow. Shit matter a lot to me. If it didn't, I wouldn't do it. Trey Prue, you already know. We all we got, we all we need. You helping me, sister? And I ain't just saying that. You helping me, sister? In real life. Like a ray of light. We all we got, we all we need. We so easily get trapped off and lured down into things we don't understand. And it clouds our vision of simply who matters. Of simply who matters. I can talk shit amongst brothers, amongst men, for camaraderie and fun. And we can all tie egos together at work to uphold the position. And we can do all of these things for social construct purposes of how our identity, our ego, our consciousness, our perception of God, our perception of devil will get tied into everything. Lose focus on what matters and who matters. Too much of anything is bad for the soul. Gotta have balance to maintain control. Shout out to my brother Kamaran. You might think I'm lying. I'm going to say this to you. Boy, you fucking with me. Soon as your name popped up, I had a thought. Come on, man. Come on, man. I say, my brother say, man, if you really understand who matters, you ain't got to prove shit to nobody that don't matter. See, we crying like children, and the only time we ever use this word is when we ask a child, what's the matter? That's what the matter is. We don't really understand who matters and what matters. And we're trying to prove shit and be shit that don't really matter. Because in the end, dog, sister, in the end, I promise you. Yeah, man, I went to that preacher, man, and I shook his hand, man, after that funeral. It's the only time I really ever get to experience the whole real church feeling, and I wholeheartedly feel it. It's real because we make it real. Ain't no other reason it's real. And it ain't no other reason that you would not know it's real, or you would not understand if it's real. And you can determine whatever it is. That's why I leave that to you. But the only reason that you will not know or know is because you have been around people that understood it enough to show it's real. See, the moment matters to me. The moment. The moment matters to me. And every moment I share with someone in this world, in my close confinement of my wife and my children, when I leave out my door, the first person I encounter, I'm sharing moments. Alexa, how long is a moment?
1 moment is 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Alexa, how many moments are in 24 hours?
24 hours is 1,440 minutes.
A minute and 30 seconds. The moment matters. Whether I'm sharing it with myself and what I'm thinking. They say in the beginning is the word. What you thinking? That's the beginning of your experience. That's the beginning of what you see. If I'm thinking some fucked up shit, I see some fucked up shit, I'm going through some fucked up shit, and I'm attracting more fucked up shit. And if you think that cussing and me saying fucked up shit is fucked up, see how that works? This moment is about power. This moment is about sincerity. This moment is about really understanding and pouring out in a soulful way. That's what this moment is to me. That's what matters. That's what matters. I'm a slave to it. I'm a child to it. I'm a servant to it. saying this because I am, because that's what matters. That's what really matters. First and foremost, you got to matter to you. I'm going to say this as a husband. I matter to my wife. I know I do. She matters to me. You got to know who matters and what matters to them. See, what matters to her is seeing me healthy and strong. My health really matters to her. Man, you ought to see how she get on my ass. That I maintain discipline, be stronger, get better. Stop the fucking excuses. I need you here. I need you here. That matters to her. And because she matters to me. See, I need that. I need that. So I've been picking up my dumbbells. I'm trying. I ain't above the bullshit. I gotta fight my fight. But I got to matter to me so I can be here. You got to matter to you. Because that's who they get. Imagine your child crying and somebody say, "What's the matter?" And they say, "My daddy, my mama." Ain't doing good. That matters. And I know there's a time in the cycle where that must be and that will be. Ain't nobody above the bullshit. We all most likely, if you listening to me, I'm 46, but we all on the other side. Coming down. That ain't good or bad, that ain't right or wrong. That's real. That's just understanding your position. So even in maturity, even in growth, even in understanding, some things that used to matter don't really matter no more. Hold on. God. I forgot to plug my laptop up. See, that charger matter. As a matter of fact, that's another way we use it. As a matter of fact, facts don't really matter no more. And that's some crazy shit. I was talking to a man the other day. I'm still talking about matter, but I don't know how this gonna fit, but I want to talk about this shit. Because sometimes, man, understanding is what really matters. And if you ain't getting that, then I don't even know what you're trying to get. But I was talking to a man the other day, and we was talking about truth. And I was really telling him some real shit from my soul. I said, what matters to me is the moment and being genuine amongst a brother. So he said, man, that's an opinion. I say, damn. I said, that's how you feel, man? He said, yeah. So I gave him an example. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, what is a carburetor and what is a fuel injector? He didn't understand either, too. So I say, everything I'm finna say to you is an opinion. I understand. But the difference between a carburetor and a fuel injector is one is mechanical and one is electronic. The mechanical on a carburetor, there's an idle screw. On the electronic computer of a fuel injection, you put the amount that you want to distribute. Those are the differences. But the similarities, the commonness that both of them share is they both mix air and fuel together as it goes into the chambers where the pistons of the motor create the spark, and that's what creates the power. So I'm explaining this to him, and I'm telling him the point of the conversation is about air, fuel, fire, and power. So I say the opinion part, and the only argument or subjectiveness that we can have in this conversation is if you prefer a carburetor or a fuel injector. It's the only thing we can argue about. And we ain't got to argue too much about this. So I'm talking some real man shit. Because we can go meet up at the track. And if you prefer a fuel injector, you can bring your laptop and you can put a chemistry or some type of formula together to distribute it. And I'm not saying you're wrong. That's what you prefer. But the old man can come with his 73 carburetor and he just go by a feel. He got a screwdriver, and he can feel what he putting in this thing. And they'll be tested by who can get down that track. So I'm saying this about what really matters. See, being genuine in the moment matters. And see, sometimes you can miss the matter of fact. If you're looking for something outside of realness in the moment, see, if somebody giving you something of real truth and understanding that can be tested and proved and help you in life, you miss the matter of the fact because you just want to prove a motherfucker wrong. And you don't understand a goddamn thing and ain't paid no attention to what you're talking about or disagreeing with. See, that shit matters to me. And that's why I'm using this word, and that's why I call it hero training, because I'm in training. Now my brother come out and would ask me, man, why the hell that matter to you? Fuck him. Ain't nobody but the bullshit. I'm just being vulnerable to tell a story. But it matters in that moment because I know I'm telling the truth. And I done had to buy carburetors, I done had to buy fuel injectors, and I done had to buy a whole lot of things to understand what things matter. So I'm talking about carburetors, but really this transfers and goes into every aspect of truth about what's real. Because it's just like a woman. Her brothers argue and say, you've been married for 16 years. How can you know about the dating pool? You don't know nothing about a woman. Well, a woman has always been a woman. Whether you put a carburetor on her ass or you inject fuel up her ass, it's only certain things in the power of truth, air, fuel, that'll make her ass thick down that track. So if you don't understand a woman, and you ain't never worked a woman and had a woman that get down that track, don't you disrespect no man by talking about no fucking opinion when you ain't never won. And you ain't never put that fire, that air. I had to get crunk when I say that shit. I hear so much, man. On social media, podcasts is bullshit, motherfucker. I'm getting crunk up now. Oh, this is what matters. This matters to me, that I can talk and I can let free and let go. Because this is my show. This is why this matters to me. It matters to me. When I know my people so tied into these fucking devices and these shows and these people talking. And they talking bullshit from loser's perspective. A loser can't tell you nothing but how to lose. If it ain't a woman somewhere, anywhere that's saying and know she can depend on you, then don't you goddamn talk about what a woman will and won't do. Because you ain't got the skills, the charisma, the glow, and the know-how. Tired of this shit. This shit matter to me. Got a lot of built up shit in me that matter. No, I'm just bullshit. That's what I'm talking about, brother. I'm going to get out of here, though, man. I just got crunk in the end. I told you I went to a funeral and I heard the preacher, he revved up in the end. I said, I like the way he rev up. Yeah, he rev up. I rev up too. I'm going to say some real shit when I rev up. I hope it's sticking your soul. I hope it's in a shockwave. I hope it makes you evaluate yourself. Make sure you ain't too far to the left. Make sure you ain't too far to the right. I'm talking about make sure you ask your own self, am I right there in the middle where I need to be? Because too much of anything is bad for the soul. Same way I just talked about that carburetor. Too much air and not enough fuel. Brr, might blog down when you push the gas. It won't pow. See what I'm saying? So it matters. Understanding matters. Knowing how it works matters. I don't just say that shit for no reason. You got to know how it works. Understand your position in it so you can work it and make it work for you. Because if you don't understand it, somebody that do will work it on you. We learn how to spell from kindergarten to 6th grade. We submit our souls to the gospel. I listen to gospel music every day of my life. Listen to what I'm telling you. So I don't want you to think or take it in a connotation. I listen to gospel music every day of my life. When I get in my car, Quartet Gospel come on. So if I'm saying I get under a God's spell, then I ain't saying this to convict you. I'm saying this because I know how it works, because damn it, I work it on myself. And it feels good when I get under the spell. I could be running late for work, and I turn up the gospel, and I get there on time. God damn it, I ain't lying. But I'm casting the hero spell. I want you to know there's a power invested in you. I want you to know that we all we got, we all we need. And if you're real and really real with it, it's going to come out of you, man, for everybody that need it to know it's real. And if you work at it every day, man, to know it and know it and know it and always have the power to show it, man, there'll come a time, man, well, you ain't got to believe it no more. You know it. I don't believe my wife loved me. I know she loved me. I took the shadow of doubt and work every day to take the shadow of doubt out of my children's mind for them to know that their father love and support them with an unconditional love that would carry past anything this world throw at them. I love my children. Beyond them ever having to believe or question they believe it or not. Because the more and more we know it's real, we show it's real, we make it real. We all we got, we all we need, we all we got, we all we need. I love y'all. See y'all next week. Know who matter. What's up, Kareem? You already know what time it is, Kareem. Hey, Kareem. Man, hey, look, man, hey, look, boy, you hold me down when you come around. I'm talking about every now and again. You know what I'm talking about? It's like dead ill. My brother, in real life, my brother. If I ever see him, I can walk to him and talk to him. That's real life shit. That ain't something you got to make believe. And if you real in the moment, I was gonna get out of here, but boy, you commented. Boy, if you, I mean, hey, look, if you real in the moment, if I walk to you, I can talk to you. I ain't mad at you, and I ain't did shit for nobody to be mad at me. 2025, man. They talking about, man, they gonna do this to us. Man, let me tell you, it's 2025, man. If I walk to you, I can talk to you. Yeah, they might have to put a system together to stop me. Shit, but outside of that, what man y'all scared of in these here times? That respect can't beat. That honor, that realness can't beat. That posture can't beat. They say, man, you care too much about what people think about you. Yeah, that matter to me. That's why I put a whole lot of conscious thought in my posture, the way I stand, the way I speak in the presence of, the way I carry myself as a man. Because if somebody think less of me, then that's what they bring forward. So I stand in my posture amongst approach for you to better think in your goddamn mind. This is a real man, and I got to deal with him accordingly. And if I don't care or that don't matter to me what someone thinks when they approach me, then I'm subject to go through any goddamn thing. Because I ain't put no thought in what matters on what I portray and what people perceive. See how that works? I love you. Hold me down.